She did the dance. She did the clownfish dance. The clownfish dance. She had a suit made out of pants. She did the dance. She did the clownfish dance. The clownfish dance. And now they're hacking polls in France. Yeah, that was a little random, wasn't it? Okay, so that's the song I wrote on the toilet this morning. She did the dance. She did the clownfish dance. She did too. Y'all remember that when Hillary did the clownfish dance? She should have listened to me more, shouldn't she? And one thing, like, they could have just dropped me a fucking Blackberry. Just drop me a Blackberry. Probably fired a lot of people, saved a lot of money. I could have wrote every fucking day's speech for her. And she wouldn't have had to give the same goddamn boring ass stump speech, which I'm sure, turned a few people off. But see, I've said it the past several elections regarding Republican fuckery that if you want to overcome it, and including this past election, if you want to overcome the only Republican rigging of the system, you crank that turn up out past 72%. That's how Obama won by 54 or whatever. The vocal minority. All this silent majority bullshit. How long you gotta hear people screaming that before you realize, oh, they're neither silent nor majority? So, anyway. I just tweeted at MSNBC how to fix the fucking healthcare plan. New idea. Just had this morning, actually. Which is, okay. You know how, like, rich people that don't give a fuck about anybody else like to say, we don't want to be forced to have health insurance. We don't want to have to pay a fine. But they also want their healthcare savings accounts. They want that to be the only thing. But I don't think that's something that should be the only thing. Okay, but if it makes sense for them, let's embrace that aspect of it and not criticize the idea itself. Oh, if that's nice for you, but what you got to understand, it's not good for everybody. But what we can do is, as far as the penalty goes, make an exemption. So, a simple revision to the ACA, okay? And I was trying to think of some way to, like, I don't even care if you put Paul Ryan's name on it. Call it the Obama Ryan Obamacare Compromise or Obamacare Ryan Compromise Act of 2017 or whatever. And just like tell his people to start calling it the Affordable Care Act again. Now we finally have the Affordable Care Act. And maybe we could actually come together on something. But yeah, that's all you gotta do. People who don't have a medical savings account in the amount of what's your average emergency room visit? $1,500 just to be fucking there, right? So, um, whatever that is in their state, I guess. So provide just like you would a normal savings account to be audited for taxes. Put your fucking information on there. Um, Either an income based minimal or a state based minimal or just a regular fucking national minimal of like $1,500 or $2,000. Okay. So any rich kid who's been told that health insurance, I don't need health insurance. My dad's going to give me a bunch of money for a medical savings account. I just want it to not be taxed. Fuck him. Let him be happy. Okay. You want to be a little shitty fucking prick? Be a little shitty prick. And this way you don't have to fuck with anybody else. And while that might eliminate um, some of the revenue from fees, okay, what this needs to be implemented as is a compromise, not with Congress, but with the Republican governors, with the governors who haven't implemented the Affordable Care Act. Um, with good intentions. So, while it may not be the sweet deal that they were looking for, it should be enough of a sweetener to stand and say, if you're not willing to accept this compromise, you're in the pocket of the insurance companies. Did you know we have a State Department today? I'm just looking at U.S. Secretary of State to make first trip to Asia. And they had like apparently a State Department made a statement yesterday. We have an actual State Department making an actual statement. Not fancy. Sorry, I'm distracted by the TV. But anyways, so you keep the individual mandate for everybody above a certain income, okay, who doesn't have a healthcare savings account, which can be provided for under, like, let this be Ryan's part of the bill, okay? The Ryan Amendment to the ACA or something. I'm telling, you know, if we can't convince him to act like an American, we're fucked. That's all I gotta say. And I know that's a tall order. That motherfucker there is just, he's a greaseball, man. He's a fucking greaseball. He's not as annoyingly greaseballish as Eric Cantor was, but they were fucking blow buddies, man. Like, you know. Eric Cantor got taken down um, in the manner in which he did by getting busted for being in a Whore of Babylon cult. Before I disabled my cheat codes, and yeah, that's nice and all. But I'm, trying to trust in God that that was fate. God the Father. That was fate. Um, And there's hope for Paul Ryan? So anyway, I'm trying to rack my brain on how this whole idea of exempting savings account holders from the mandate will actually affect the overall success of the cost reduction intention of the Affordable Care Act. But it really does seem to me like it has to be MSNBC that presents this, or Keith Olbermann on GQ that presents this and gets, his friend Rachel to take it up as well, so that they can leverage, and the campaign needs to be brought by the resistance to Republican governors and House representatives, that's fine, but Republican governors, call your governor and tell them, don't identify yourself as a liberal. Just tell them that our state should use, like reverse psychology from the other side, tell them that our state should use the idea of an exemption as leverage, and tell them that we'll cooperate with the Medicaid expansion, and if you give us an exemption for people with healthcare savings accounts, but keep the mandate for people who are just being irresponsible and would otherwise be getting tax credits back, and then instead of the tax money that they get back every year, they'd get their Affordable Care Act fee or whatever deducted from that to help cover the nation's emergency room and uninsured costs. And basically what that does is the fee goes back into the whole subsidies and Medicaid expansion part of it. That's the idea, is that people who don't want insurance chip in for the sick people. And for conservatives, basically, if anyone complains about that, you have to take your Christian card out of your wallet and throw it in the fucking trash. Okay? Because that is obviously the Christian thing to do. But, if you want to live for the rewards of this world, it should not be the Affordable Care Act's job, Congress's job, to enforce a religious ideology, which this is. The idea that the many should take care of the sick is a Christian idea. It's not a secular government idea. It's not a liberal idea. It's a conservative idea, which is very odd to me that it's being accused of being a leftist fucking liberal idea. It's a Christian, period, idea. Okay? Especially on the Sabbath. Oh. Which is Sunday or Saturday? Saturday, Sunday. Sunday or Saturday? Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Who gives a shit? You know what? For anybody really racking their brain over that, paper or plastic? New law. Whatever day you have off on the weekend, that's your Sabbath. remember God on that day. Give thanks to Him. Keep it holy. And if you have Saturday and Sunday off, on Saturday, do your rest to give thanks. And on Sunday, do works to give thanks. Or vice versa. On Saturday, go and feed the homeless. On Sunday, go to church and study. And you know, going and feeding the homeless is cliche. What I would really like to see people do that would actually prevent a lot of people from being homeless is, let's think of a hashtag like Save a Friend Saturday or something, you know, like, and you know, like make a public post on Facebook. You're participating in this. Any of your friends from high school that you're probably friends with now on Facebook. I know I got a lot of friends from high school on Facebook, right? That's what Facebook was for, as far as I'm concerned. You go on there and you click your school and be like, hey, I know these people, hey! Right? Dude! You know, I haven't seen that fucker for... So you go on there and you say, I'm participating in the hashtag blah, blah, blah. Either reply to this message or private message me. And every Saturday, I will choose someone from this list and help them to the best of my ability. Okay? Let's do that. And I guess I'll leave it to Emily and Joey to sift comments on this video for suggestions. If anybody want to suggest the hashtag, let's decide on it here. And then I'll go ahead and tweet it out on Twitter. Isn't that what the kids are calling it? Tweet it out. Tweet it up and tweet it out. Yeah. Z formation. You can't really say Z formation in a redneck accent, Sean. That was so weird. I don't even know what the fuck to do with myself now. In Z formation. Yeah. Howdy. Okay. Okay. 18 minutes. 2 cigarettes. That works. Deal with that. Okay, so some interesting shit has happened in the news. And I guess rather than going ahead and just tacking it all onto this video, I'll make this video about the healthcare thing and go ahead and make another video. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Share the video on Google+, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Bookface and Tweetface and Google Face and Face Plus, and yeah, I think that's all of them. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.